So once again, I'm not going to politicize this and say, oh, it's. I know there are some elements there. I know we've heard from North Africans to say, oh, we're not part of you guys.
We're
They've
not
applied
African.
to. We're not Africans. I've heard that before, but they don't know their history. If they know their history, they will know that they're yarning dust. As I say, they're yarning dust. Yarning dust. The Arabization, as you've put it, is what turned you to look the way you are. You're black. You're indigenous in that territory. We're black. Blackity black like you and I. So you waking up and saying, oh, we don't want to be part of Africa. No, hell no. Hell no.
But plus you're locked in. This is how you define a continent. It's a piece of land. You can't move it. You know what I mean? Like Like you are, what makes you African is being on the continent of Africa. You can't move. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. So you can redefine what is the continent of Africa, and your homeland is on the continent of Africa.
It's on the continent of Africa.
And then ethnically, whatever that means, right? Ethnically, or I mean, race is not a real ethnicity. Race is BS, as we know. But racially, you can, if you want to get technical with it. And again, it's interesting that we're talking about Morocco, because for the 5th time on this podcast, I will say again, for those who don't know their geography, they are the westernmost, okay, of the North African countries. They are on the western part of North Africa, right?
Yes.
As far away as you could get in the quote unquote Arab world from the epicenter of the Arab world, which is Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
Right? So the way it works is, religiously, for the sake of Islam, the center of the Arab world is, Saudi Arabia, because of Mecca, Medina, and all that, right?
Yes.
Culturally, the center of the Arab world is Egypt. That's where all the shows are produced, all the TV shows are produced. So Egypt is the center of the Arab world when it comes to, TV, right?
Yeah.
And when you're talking historically, when people were still fighting over what is now referred to as the Middle East, Egypt was always one entity. It was never fragmented. It was never broken up, right? So that's why the leaders or presidents of Egypt had outsized influence even over the Palestinian issue. If you go back to the 50s, if you go back to the 60s, which, too much to talk about. So Egypt remains that. You got to travel a long way to go from Egypt to Morocco. So Morocco is like on the fringes of these old situations.
Actually, if you go up north in Morocco, from Fes up north, there's a town called Ifran. Ifran it was snowing in Ifran.
Yeah.
It was, as in, you saw the pictures. That thick in Ifran. So they're just south of France, more or less.
Yeah, Spain,
south of Spain and
Italy.
France. Italy, And Naki, one final point on this before we call this whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I know Morocco, a lot of people, they projected, this is a lovely. I saw all sides of Morocco, right?
Yeah.
I went to the slums of Fes, and I can share the video. I'll share the video. You guys can see. I went to the slums of Fes, and I was even joking when I got there. I was telling my wife that this smells like Inu Loring. Where
we grew up, the interior.
Where we grew up. I'm like, this smells like where we grew up, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing, that Fes there's old Fes and there's new Fes. Yeah? The new Fes is the city. The old Fes is the old Arabian town that is walled, that has a big gate, very, very high gate, that, the security cordon and everything, that everybody stays in there. The first university in the world is in that place. Our Cornell University is inside that old Fes that is gated and is whatever. I went there. I saw everything. Right? So everybody believes Morocco. No, it's all, there's a bit of packaging also. Let's just be real. Maybe people are not saying this. There's not even a bit. There is a lot of packaging that has happened, right? It is is a carbon copy of almost every society we have in Africa, where there are the elites, right? There's a few percentage and the rest of us. I just wanted to put that out there because a lot of people have been saying all sorts.